Hello, welcome back to the channel, guys. So we have something a little bit extravagant today, something a little bit special, luxurious, opulent even. From Comic Cave Studios, we have the Iron Man Mark 44 Hulkbuster from Age of Ultron. Oh my god, guys, if you are into the 6-inch line and want a Hulkbuster to match your Marvel Legends, then this is the one to get. It may cost you a pretty penny, but for me, it is the jewel of my collection. It is the centerpiece of a Marvel Legends display. This bad boy is a talking point, a piece of artistry, a technical marvel, engineered to perfection, and I love the absolute out of it. So let's begin. Let me show you the box. So as you can see, it's quite a large box, and just for reference sake, there's a Marvel Legends Tony Stark way down in the bottom corner right there. Just squint your eyes and you might just be able to make him out. This is a premium box from Comic Cave. It's quite heavy. Hulkbuster. Now the Hulkbuster was created by Tony Stark and Bruce Banner as a safeguard in case uncontrollable Hulk rampage. So basically, the Hulk, Bruce Banner, has designed a machine with Tony Stark's money to beat up himself. You son of a bitch. So where was I? Turn this bad boy around. As you can see, pretty simple design, clean and classy, and it's got a ribbon to open it. So keep turning it there. It says here, Mark 44 Hulkbuster, 75% die cast. It's got LED lights, articulated at more than 60 points, and you can play with it. Posable with other figures. Very good, very good. Let's turn this bad boy around again. Simple design again, clean and simple. You don't have to do anything special when you've got a package like this. So I'm just going to grab the scales and we'll see if this breaks the scales or we can read how much it is. So turn the scale on. Reading at 0. Okay, so it says 3.5 kilos, almost 3.6 kilos. She's a heavy boy. She's a heavy boy. It's heavy, all right? That's all you need to know. We don't discriminate. Let's open this bad boy up and see what's inside. So on the inside, you have, I'm just going to move Tony Stark up here for the moment. So Hulkbuster. This cover is actually magnetized, so it can stick to the other side of the box. You can see there his two little footsies are poking out, so let's not delay any longer and take the cover off. Very nice. That's not going anywhere. And there he is. Comic Cave Studios Mark 44 Hulkbuster. Let's get him out. So I've just taken him out of his box and I'm just going to throw him on the scale again, just so we can get a true, accurate reading of how heavy he is. So that says 1.8 kilo. So the box is obviously quite heavy, but 1.8 kilos for an action figure, unheard of. Let's get him off there. So if you cast your eyes over this beautiful, well-engineered creation, instantly you'll see how beautiful the paint job is. It is articulated at the shoulders, the head, the wrists, the elbows. This thing unpacks, knees, hips, feet. Everything on this thing is engineered to perfection. The hands, the wrists can turn. The fingers are articulated. I'm going to pull this out so I can show you. So as you can see there, the fingers are articulated and the thumb is on a ball joint there, which is pretty cool. And also, you may notice, you turn this switch here, and the light comes on. And it's quite a bright light too. So as I go through, I'll turn all the LEDs on, and then I'll turn the lights off, and you can see them. So I'll put that back in. So this side, I'll articulate the gauntlet piece. I'll pull out the hand, turn the light on. Very cool. Really nice paint job on this. You can see all the weathering effects too that they've done. Really nice. Very impressive. In, turn that around. So as I turn him to the side here, you watch here as I pick it up. It's actually got spring-loaded heel stabilizers, and these tabs can lift up to help with forward articulation as well. Very cool. And also these gold pieces slide back. This is held on by a magnet, and that just clips on and off. And we'll take this magnet off and we'll hit the switch right here. And that, I'll put that back on. And that turns on the back light here, the light underneath the foot, and the front and the side here. So what we'll do is turn it around and do the same again on this side. So just got to slide it up. Turn the switch on, put it back on there. Oh, is that the right way? No, this is the way. So it's got a little tab here and a hole there that it keys into. Then slide it back down. As you can see, this side lights up as well. So while we've got it there, his knee does articulate extremely well. And you're supposed to be able to pull it up and down to extend it. You can see the rail there, but I'm not really in the mood to mess with I'm not really in the mood to mess with this guy too much. I don't want to break it. That would be very unfortunate. So what we're going to do is turn him around now. You can see on the back here there is a panel. So stick our finger in the top and just pull that away. And there are two switches, one on each side. So that switch actually turns the front on, and this switch turns the back on. So I'll just pop that piece back in there. So it's got a little key here as well, which slides in the back there. Then you just push it in with barely any effort. So all these lights come on. And if we turn him around again, you can see we've almost got all the lights going except for the ones on his visor. So what we do is put a fingernail in the back, and that part comes off. And then we just switch this light switch on the top here, and we've got light on the helmet, on the dome. Okay, so now that we've got all these lights switched on, you would have noticed there is a button right here, and if we push that, you would have noticed some movement here. So I'm just going to reset it, turn it around, and then I'll show you from the front. So here we go. We're just going to open up the dome. You can see the Mark 43. His head bust is in there. I'm going to push this button. And these quarter panels open up. You can then move these pieces out of the way, push the spring-loaded part down here, and you can pull out the neck collar. Just put that down there. So this spring-loaded piece of armour in here is good because it lets you pop it down to expose Iron Man's arc reactor. And all these arc reactor lights everywhere make this thing look absolutely stunning. It's a brilliant piece of engineering, this one. Just absolutely love it. So I'll just dim the lights and you guys can check out what it looks like with the lights down. So as you can see there, the lights are really nice and bright. And stand out amazingly. Really nice and bright. Okay. I'll just bring the lights back on and close this up because it can be a little bit tricky. So what we do is we let that spring back up. We put his collar plate back in there. So he can wiggle his head. No, his head doesn't wiggle. So then we grab these side pieces, push them in and fold them down. Push in, fold down. Just make sure they're in there. So you have to do these evenly. Keep lifting them up until you feel them resist, and then you slide them back into place. And then put down the top parts, put his dome down, and there we have it, back to normal. And this head doesn't quite have a great range of motion, but it's the best looking 1/12 scale Hulkbuster I think there is. So that's why I've got it. Absolutely stunning piece. So let's compare him to some other action figures. Put our Robert Downey Jr. there. Smart Hulk from Marvel Select. We have the Rage Hulk from Age of Ultron. So I read on the Wikipedia that the Hulkbuster is supposed to be 11 feet high, and the Hulk is supposed to be about 8 feet high. So if you ask me, that is a pretty good scale right there. Marvel Select in Comic Cave. Paired up beautifully. So we'll move his arms out of the way. Yep. Just so we can get a bit more clearance in there. The Marvel Select Gladiator Hulk, who is a little bit shorter than the Rage Hulk. Marvel Legends Thor. We have Marvel Legends Thanos. And this is probably the only comparison that you really need to see to make up your mind whether you want the best in the 1/12 scale or you just want to make do with what you got. This is the Marvel Legends Hulkbuster. And as you can see, he's actually a tiny little boy compared to the Comic version. And for those that are curious how much a Marvel Legends Hulkbuster weighs, let's find out. So that is saying 884 grams, so 0.8 of a kilo, where this guy weighs 1.8 kilo. So 1 kilo heavier than the Marvel Legends, over twice the weight. So I do have a free spot up the back side there. I'll see if I can find something else to throw in as a comparison. Now I do have a Marvel Legends Hulk in the mail on the way. I did have one, but then I sold it, and then now I realise I want another one for comparisons and all that sort of stuff. But in lieu of that, we've got our Marvel Legends Gladiator Hulk. So let's see how big he is compared to the Comic Cave Hulkbuster. There we have it. This guy would absolutely crush this guy. These two are a match made in heaven. The Rage Hulk and the Comic Cave Hulkbuster. Absolutely beautiful. And for those that are curious, here's Teenage Groot, Rocket Raccoon, and Han Solo Black Series in comparison. They sort of make it up to his crotch there. And of course, no height comparison video would be complete without including the tallest figure in my collection, Thanos. Hot Toys. So there he is up there. Big dude. Big dude. Here he is compared to Studio Series Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. Obviously, no height comparison there. And here he is with Black Mamba, Optimus Prime, and Bumblebee. I think we're getting closer to the appropriate scale, but I'm just trying to give you guys the hint of how big this guy really is. This Hulkbuster is absolutely beautiful. I don't have the Hot Toys one to compare it to, but I assume that if you don't have a bottomless pit of money to buy the Hot Toys Hulkbuster, then this is your next best bet. It is beautiful and it fits in with Marvel Legends. So that concludes the review for today, guys. I'm just going to go put him back on the shelf with the rest of the armor builds. And yeah, I'll do some B-roll. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And as usual, guys, have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. See ya.